Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to the new YouTube video. I'm joined today by CJ, Mr. CJ here.
What's up guys?
What do you want to go by? I feel like I could call you like a lot of things.
Right.
You've got a lot of titles. Fitness influencer.
Bodybuilder.
Fitness model.
Mr. Extraordinary, you know, it's not,
Superman,
not the
list
last
goes
one.
on.
But really, so my first name's Copernicus. People call me CJ as well, and about 10 to 15 other nicknames. Honestly, if it has any of the syllables, I'll probably respond to it. So that's how that goes. So you guys can call me whatever you want.
So we're gonna pick CJ's brain a little bit. I've gathered some questions that I'd like to ask him. Fitness is something that we're both into and that we both do. There's a lot of people who ask me a lot of questions. I'm sure there's a lot of people that ask CJ a lot of questions. So I'm gonna dive in and start asking away. All right, first question, bit of Q&A. How did you get into fitness?
All right, so without boring you guys too much with the details, making it super drawn out, me getting into fitness, this started right at, I would say, 2012, 2013. And really it was just a matter of me wanting to change something about myself. That was like the main thing. I had a realization that, and I was telling Jonathan, like when we were recording or just, you know, jabbing it up before we started recording, that I was in college at the time at Alabama, finishing up my junior year. Roll Tide, that's it. And it was just a matter of like, I was in a very, not low spots, but more of like, what the hell am I doing with my life kind of thing. Because Alabama straight up is a big party school. And so going there, I was partying 3-4 times a week. I know it doesn't look like it now, given my background and everything, but, and my current image, but that was kind of where I was at. And so it was just a random Sunday that during the semester, I think it was during the actual football season, primetime partying season, that I woke up and I just felt like absolute garbage. Like I felt terrible, and I was looking back, I was doing fine in school, but I wanted more than that. And so once I realized that I did want more, that's what kind of kicked everything off. And I was big into working out already, but it was a matter of just solidifying it, actually establishing it and defining my passion for fitness versus just like being a recreational lifter. I wanted to do something more, impact more people that way. That's really like how I got started with it. And even beyond that, my dad and my brother used to make fun of me all the time for being out of shape. So I had like this prove you wrong mentality, and that's kind of how I got started originally. But outside of that, man, I haven't looked back. Like that's what it's been all about, is just creating that impact for people. And I'm sure we'll get into that question a little bit down the road. But that's kind of how I got started with fitness.
Awesome. Got to start somewhere.
Yes.
Got to start somewhere.
Absolutely.
All right, second question. You're stepping on stage pretty soon. How many days from your competition?
So from today, we are 27 days out from competition. So it's getting pretty serious.
And how do you feel? Getting ready in 27 days to step on stage.
Sure.
What's your mindset? How are you feeling? How are you going into this competition?
Definitely. So I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling good, and you know, with every prep, it's different. Like the process is different, and I'm gonna change up my point of view, by the way. So like, I don't look at y'all, but I also look at Jonathan because he's asking me the questions.
I'm looking here, and I'm looking here.
You guys don't take it personal.
Oh, good.
Don't take it personal, all right? But in terms of how I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident. As we discussed before, there's been just a lot of life stuff that has happened during this prep versus other preps that have made it a little more challenging than normal. But we're coming in lean, we're coming in a couple pounds heavier than normal. But this is really the time, with less than 4 weeks, to really just put the pedal to the metal and like ensure that we're disciplined, we're staying accountable, my nutrition's on points. But the training is there. It's been starting to get a little more challenging. I'm feeling like it's prep mode. But it's about just perseverance at this point and knowing that I have an end date in mind, I have a goal, and it's getting to that goal and making it happen. So 27 days, we feel pretty good, but
wish him the best of luck. He's going to do great. He looks great already.
I appreciate it.
His starting point was mind-blowing.
He's too kind. So, but yeah, we're feeling good. And like the show that I'm stepping on stage at is Houston. So it's with the, you guys may be familiar with Christian Guzman. He's a fitness YouTuber. He's hosting a show near his gym, Alphalete. And so he's putting on the show. He's representing. He's got the joggers on right now, but yeah, so he's representing the brand. But it's in the Houston area. you guys are in Houston, you want to come show some love, show some support,
Heck
see a
yeah.
familiar face, you guys know where to find me.
Nashville, Bama represent.
That's it.
Awesome. Now, there's a lot of people who are into fitness and starting out into fitness, but it goes beyond just lifting weights. Nutrition is also something that's really, really, really important. How important is the nutrition? Let us know, because a lot of us just think that we're just going to get on the treadmill and curl and we're going to look great, but
Yes.
nutrition is something that's very, very, very important.
For sure, and he said it perfectly. Honestly, like when it comes to balancing training and nutrition, you cannot, I know it's cliche and it's been played out multiple times, but literally you cannot outwork a poor diet. So the majority of people, like, they genuinely enjoy training. They, I say the majority, a lot of people enjoy training, going to the gym, bettering themselves, but then they get frustrated because they don't see any progress. I'm like, well, what does your nutrition look like is the thing? And then they give me the breakdown saying they're eating out 3-4 times a week. I'm like, well, there's your answer right there. It's not, it really isn't rocket science. Like, literally, what you put into your body, that's what's going to be put out in terms of physical results. So if you're eating garbage, like, the entire week and still busting your ass in the gym, don't expect to look like, well, not garbage, because you're, because that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Like, so you are, yes, there's one component there, like you're getting healthier, you're getting fit, you're working on that aspect and getting more confident and stuff like that. But you have to have both in place. So nutrition, I would say, still does account for at least 75 to 80% of your overall progress, physical progress that you can see, that you can feel good about. And yeah, like once you get that in check, it makes a world of difference. And it's about finding the method that works for you personally. So there's countless diet methods out there. You got keto, paleo, if it fits your macros. And what I personally do is flexible dieting. And so that just involves literally setting a macro target, caloric target per day, and tracking your macros every single day. Like during contest prep. During my off season, I don't typically do this, and I don't recommend that people do it every day because it's life first. You want to be able to enjoy life. So for all non-competitors that just want to make a little more progress in, with their physique, but not be so stringent on details and being very meticulous about it, try tracking your food for about a week. Then you can get a rough idea as to what quantities are, what amounts are, what's a cup of rice looks like, what 4 ounces of steak looks like, things like that. You can start eyeballing it, and that way you don't have to be so attached to like MyFitnessPal, for example, and you can actually live life and enjoy it.
Heck yeah. But this question was not part of my Q&A, but I do want to ask now.
Yes.
What is your cheat meal that you're like totally craving after prep?
Okay. Yes, absolutely. So what I miss most now, honestly, is pizza. So like I haven't had pizza in a while. Pizza and donuts, but also ice cream. So like the trifecta, just like badness,
pizza,
but amazing
donut, ice
at
cream
the same time. Yes. So those are. So I'm probably gonna go to town on. I think they have a place. It's called like BJ's Brew House. They have one in Murfreesboro. If you guys are familiar with Middle Tennessee, which is pretty close to here. It's like 30-ish minutes away. And it's basically just like this big brew house that they offer like 20 different styles of pizza. These things called bazookies, which are like cookie cakes with ice cream on top. I will be getting one of those. That's kind of what I'm craving right now. And because I do flexible dieting, it's like my cravings haven't been that bad. But I definitely still miss food like that. Don't get me wrong. I definitely still miss that.
Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pineapple on pizza for the win.
Team pineapple on pizza.
All right, let's see. What is the impact fitness has had on you?
Where to begin? Honestly, like fitness has legitimately changed my life and how I carry about my life every single day. Because it started out with just trying to gain more confidence, feel more empowered, feel better about myself. But once I got those intangibles in check, and noticed how good it felt about those, and I started to realize that people were actually gaining from the example that I was setting, I never looked back. It was so gratifying knowing that people actually looked up to me, or they went to me for questions or inspiration or whatever. But it also develops other intangibles like discipline and accountability, things that, like, whether it's working out or it's something else like your job, you know, it keeps you on track, you know. And what I have found to be like the most profound concept with it is like the amount of effort you put in directly reflects the results you produce. And that's kind of like, that's just a little take-home message. So like what you put in is what you get out, no matter what. And so that's why fitness has stuck out to me so much. It's like I determine my course of action. Like I determine what results I'm going to produce. Whether I slack off, it's going to show. Whether I put in more work, it's going to show. And so I feel like that's applicable to just literally everything in life. That's why fitness has changed my life.
Let's see. We recently just got a deal with Bodybuildingcom. If you guys don't follow CJ, by the way, I'm going to tag all of his descriptions, all of his social media. I'm going to tag it all in my description. Give him a follow. But I saw that you recently just got a deal with Bodybuildingcom.
Right.
How did that come about?
For sure.
You can go a little in depth about that.
Yeah, definitely. So with Bodybuildingcom it's something that I've used for years. Like it was my go-to resource when I first started working out. It's like looking up workouts, looking up people like Steve Cook, Chris Gethin, like these big names in fitness. And so I've always wanted to be a part of something that was so big and well-known and renowned like that. But they sent out, and I applied for their spokesmodel contest last year as a thing. Didn't get it. They didn't like your boy enough. It's all good. But
they do now.
Yes, exactly. So they do now. You know, timing has a weird way of working. But they put out an application to actually join the team as, you know, starting off as more like a higher tier affiliate ambassador, but you would officially be branded with Team Bodybuilding.com. And I was like, fuck, like I might as well just try it. Is the thing. There's no harm in putting yourself out there. And that's the only way to find out if you can actually do something or not. So I applied, and you know, you had to submit like a little written synopsis about yourself, your background, a video submission as well. Just talk about why would you be a good fit for the brand. And so I submitted. Honestly, didn't know what to think about it because like when it comes to like raffles, giveaways, like contests, I don't typically win. I'm not gonna lie. So
Same.
You know, so it's just like, so knowing that fact, I was just like, I'm not gonna hold my breath about it, but at least I did it. You know. So a month and a half goes by, still didn't get a response, and I was just like, well, I guess that's out the window. But lo and behold, about a month and a half later, got an email saying congrats, selected to teambodybuilding.com, and now it's just been, and so my primary purpose of that is just like pushing like promo and stuff like that, which is something I already enjoy doing and creating content. But yeah, that's really, long story short, it's just applied, put myself out there, and made it happen. So now we're talking about events to be featured at, expos, working booths, and things like that. So pretty freaking excited, man.
Awesome. That's pretty big. That's a big deal.
Definitely.
Working with Bodybuilding.com. That's a pretty big freaking deal. So, future goals.
Yeah.
What's next for Mr. CJ? So much opportunity. What's next for? What's on your agenda next?
So much. So much is on the agenda, honestly. You know, obviously want to develop the physique more, probably compete again in the next year for sure, and then try and just build on the fitness modeling experience. But beyond that, I want to work on, shameless plug, I want to work on my personal brand, Actions Over Words Lifestyle. It's been kind of stagnant the past 1.5 years, honestly, which is a really long time. Not a legitimate excuse. Do as I say, not as I do. So like actually follow through with your passion. But with all the life stuff going on, that's what I want to revisit most, is like really putting out my message that, you know, every person matters, every story matters, and everything that people do matters. So like, you know, a lot of people think that they're insignificant, or what happens on a day-to-day basis it's irrelevant. Like they're just a number in this big thing that we call the world. And so I want people to realize that like their actions speak volumes, and that's the focal point of this brand, is like to ensure that people recognize that and live that every single day. So just revisiting my brand, that's like one of the biggest things, building my company some more, and also transitioning to training and coaching clients full-time. That's always been a passion of mine, and will always be a passion of mine, working directly with people. So that's just on the horizon for now. Obviously we got bigger ambitions, bigger goals, but we'll be doing another video here soon.
More to come. I promise you guys, more to come.
Don't worry about that.
We will have to get in a workout together as well, but actions over words. more to come on that.
Yeah.
So awesome.
And if you
so
want to learn
exciting.
more about the brands, like in the meantime, just go to my website. It's www.aowlife.com. So shorten aowlife.com. And it tells a little bit more about the concept, the idea, and a little bit about the history.
Awesome. And I'm going to tag, like I said, I'm going to tag all of his stuff so you guys can follow CJ.
This guy's a man.
Okay. I try. All right, let's see. Tips for guys and girls
Yes.
who are starting out their fitness journey. Anybody who's new, fitness is getting bigger by the second.
For sure.
Everybody's wanting to look good, to feel good.
Yep.
What would be CJ's advice to people who are starting out? What would you say to them?
Definitely. One, don't be afraid to like experiment and try different methods, because, like I said, if there was a one-size-fits-all in terms of fitness programming, nutrition, everybody would do it. Is the thing, but there's not. Everybody's body is different, and you have to realize that. But beyond that, I would say my top 2 take-home tips is be patient. Like, be patient with the process, because we live in a world that it's just straight up instant gratification is like the standard, isn't it? People always want things like right now, then and there, and they have this one-track mind and such a narrow vision that they have. And like, you want to think big picture. So the more you adopt like a big picture mentality with it, the better off you're going to be. So be patient is definitely tip number 1, and also consistent. So whether you're consistent with training or without training is going to show. So consistency is paramount in terms of importance. Like, you have to be consistent with training, being on top of your diet if you really want to see physical changes, and not getting deterred or like down on yourself if you don't see progress immediately. You guys do this for the long haul. Like, you want to be doing this shit for life. Like, you want to train for life. You want to eat healthy for life, because health isn't just in the social media years of your life, you know, your golden years of like 20 to 35 or whatever it is. Your life goes beyond that. So what are you going to have beyond that point? And so I think, reiterating, I know that like I went off on a super tangent.
No, you're good. You're good.
But those are just like top things to keep in mind. It's like, be patient, be consistent, and keep that big picture in mind. You're going to have that motivation every single day to stay on it.
That's awesome. That's good. A lot of people think that this is an overnight process. You know, I look at him, he looks great. And also, he's been doing this
for going on like 7, 8 years now, like consistent. And it really wasn't until like 3 or 4, I'd probably say about 4 years ago now, that I really dialed in nutrition. And that's when I started to notice like the bigger changes.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is like an 9-year process. So yeah, people often get fixated on the end product, but they don't know all the stuff that was involved before getting to that end product.
And people nowadays, I guess, we look at people on, you know, fitness influencers on social media, or we look at other people in the gym, and we kind of like, man, I wish I could look like him. Man, I wish I could put up those numbers. Why is he benching this? Why is he doing that? Don't worry about what other people are doing, how other people look. Guys, worry about yourself. You know, like, he looks great. He's I'm sure, you know, you've probably got way more strength than I do, but I've only been doing this for a year and a half. CJ's been doing this much more longer, so don't worry about what other people are doing, how they look, how are they training. You don't know. You really don't. All you do is you're just seeing, you know, and you just don't know. This guy's been doing this forever, and I promise you, this camera doesn't do him any justice, but he looks great. He looks great, and he's gonna come in hot. 27 days.
27 days, that's right. And he literally hit the nail on the head. It wasn't a tip that I included, but it's something that is very good to hear. Is just do you. Like, literally, that's what matters in there. People are so concerned about who's looking or who's checking out. You guys, real talk, like, people are so absorbed in themselves already and scrolling on their phones that they don't give it. Like, honestly, like, in the big, like, the grand scheme of things, they do not care is the thing. So, you know, invest less energy in like what people are like supposedly anticipating or like looking at you or whatever or thinking, and just focus on you. Like, just do the damn thing. Like, just do it, stick to it, try your hardest, put forth your best effort, and it will show. The results will show.
Heck yeah. Well, I think that's all the questions I have for CJ. Like I said, he's 27 days out from his show. Best of luck. I know you're gonna do great. Be a great experience. There'll be a lot of cool people out there. Best of luck. More to come on this collab. Awesome guy. We've got a lot of. Before shooting this Q&A, we talked for a while.
Talked for a very long
man,
time.
we've got some stuff that we're gonna be working on pretty soon. So more to come. Stay tuned on that. But anyways, dude, thank you so much for meeting up with me today and answering all these questions. Hopefully, you guys have found this video super informative. We all start somewhere,
right.
and sometimes we're just scared to ask these questions. So don't be scared to start, and don't be scared to ask questions.
Seriously.
You know,
That's the truth.
we all start somewhere,
And
but
that's actually how, just a little backstory, that's how we originally even met. Is like,
Yeah.
so he was rocking Alpha Lead at the gym, or his
I'll talk
backpack.
about that, yeah.
And I was just like, and I kind of took my headphones out, which is like a super rare occurrence, like, honestly, because in the gym, I kind of have this like F off look. It's nothing personal. I just like to work out is a thing, and it's not social hour for me. But I had to give props where props are due, and I noticed a dope Alpha Lead bag. I was like, oh man, I like that bag. That's pretty sweet. Alpha Lead. I don't see many people rocking that. And then literally just click from there. Honestly,
Yeah,
like
after that,
it's
that's how it
something as simple
started.
as that. Like, you know, just put yourself out there, whether it's fitness or just reaching out, branch out, network a little bit. But like, you never know what kind of individuals you're gonna meet unless you.
hey guys, we're back. Sorry, having some camera issues, but that is all for today. Thank you so much for meeting up with me. Thank you for speaking to me at the gym. A small moment like that has just brought us together, and man, we've been talking a lot off camera, and man, awesome dude. I can't wait to see what he's gonna bring in 27 days. Best of luck, man. Thank you so much again.
Appreciate you, dude. Absolutely.
Guys, I will be uploading more on my YouTube, so just be patient. I've got a lot of stuff that I've been working on behind the scenes, so just be patient. More to come, I promise. But until next time, guys, peace out. See ya. Peace.